Facebook family, we're going to have some fun. We're going to reword some of Jack Canfields' success principles. We're going to reword them in such a way that they become easier for young children to understand who perhaps aren't going to, they're of an age where they're not going to sit and read through this book, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to share this on my personal page. My laptop is over here. Let me see. If you're jumping on, guys, if you're watching this live or indeed the replay, comment below, say hello, let's have some fun. Let's see if we can share this. I realise looking at an empty screen, hello. So, okay. Here we go. I've got my mouse down here and I'm sharing it on the screen over there. Technology, huh? Okay, good. So, if you're jumping on and watching this video live with me, if you're going to bring your children along, if they've finished school or their home education for the day, let's go through this together. Let's have some fun. So, what I love to do when I do the events with children, and indeed as part of the Child Happiness program that you know that starts January the 8th next year, I like to absorb some of course the amazing materials that's made an amazing difference in my life, in your life, in the lives of many of us, and take these concepts and reword them so perhaps they're a little bit more easier to understand, and for children that aren't of an age they're not going to read through books like this. So let's dive straight in here. So I've probably got some things highlighted in here. Know what I mean? Here we go. Oh, here we go. This is a quote, and it says, "If you are willing to do more than you were paid to do, eventually you will be paid to do more than you do." Okay, so potentially, obviously, the children aren't getting paid at this stage. So we may reword that in such a way where we would say to the child, we say, give even more effort than is expected of you, whether that be in school, in some of your sporting classes, dance class, whatever it is. Give extra effort and you'll have even more fun and you'll do even better. Very simple, but easy to understand. And we can communicate to the young people, if they give that extra effort, then the things that tie into their values, fun, making progress, enjoying themselves, taking another step towards what they want to be when they're older, we can just tie that in as the result of putting in extra effort. So let's continue. Let's see what we've got here. Here we go. It says, one of the most powerful exercises for retraining your inner critic is for it to teach it to tell you the whole truth. So we might say this to a child who might say something like, "Oh, I can't do that," or "I'm not very good at maths." We might just have a conversation to say, well, the truth is, you can get better at maths, and you can start right now. That's the truth. We can stop the child, and we can encourage the child not to make those big global statements such as, "I'm not very good at maths," that inner critic that they'll have. We can make statements like, we can have fun as we improve at our maths. And I'll go a step further. So there's lots of... I met a young man and he had no interest in academics because, and in particular maths was the one thing that he was talking to me about, because he's passionate about becoming a professional footballer, which is fantastic, of course. But I wanted to empower him to do well in school, and in particular maths in this instance. And that inner critic was talking to him about how he's not very good at maths, and maths is pointless, and he's going to be a footballer anyway, so what's the point? And so I had to tie in the maths. I had to somehow attach his high value of becoming a professional footballer to maths. And I explained that through I explained that I've been through lots of school and university and education, and I understand I did a lot of work in sport and exercise psychology, and I come across lots of football teams that were looking for rounded characters, and they weren't just looking for skills on the football pitch, they were also looking to make sure that they'd done well in school. And he said, "What? So these football teams check, the youth academies check the maths results?" I said, "That's right." So we can have fun now. I said, we can have fun as we come up with a plan to improve your math scores, whilst of course we pursue the dream and the goal of becoming a professional footballer. Now sometimes we can take these great concepts and relay them to children in this way where they come back in line with their highest values at that time. And that really is a powerful way to communicate with them. So let's do, here we go. This is a great one, right? I mean, I certainly wasn't this type when I was a child, and this was not a way that I lived. So Jack Canfield talks about his mentor, W. Clement Stone, that used to hand out lapel pins, badges, that said, "Do it now." Now, this is a real simple concept, but to go back into the example I just gave, the young man might say, yeah, I understand what you're saying, Jermaine, how it's important that even though I want to be a professional footballer, I still have to get my maths. And then he said, oh, maybe I'll start next week. That concept of do it now, we can, again, bring it all together for the child or children. We can say, look, I know you want to be a professional footballer in the future, and maths may not be very high for you right now. But as I just explained, it contributes to how football academies are going to view you in the future. What can we do right now? What can we do right now that will help you improve your math scores? And then when you do something right now, and this is how I would explain it, when you do something right now, it teaches your brain to do the things that will help you get to where you want to get to, whether that be professional footballer or a scientist or baker, whatever it might be. We explain to the child that doing the things right now teaches your brain to do things that really gets them closer to that. So I did say one more, but this is just so much fun, right? Because the beautiful thing about this, guys, obviously many adults watching this right now, myself included, listening as I go through this, it can be a reminder to all of us. Sometimes it's easy to think, I know that. But when we work with children and we rephrase things and we work, it becomes very much a two-way street, that work with the children, especially within this personal development community, because we reminds ourselves to, here we go, this is a great one. Why not choose to do everything you do with joy and enthusiasm? So here, this is an easy one. So we talk to the children. We talk to the children about things that they enjoy the most, and we can explain to them. We can say, and they might enjoy the most. They might enjoy their dance class the most. They might love that, and then we get them to open up and talk and think about and visualize and really feel what that dance class feels like for them. And as this principle says here, why not do everything with joy and enthusiasm? We can just ask a question. How would it feel? How would it feel if everything, let's take maths as an example, easy one. How would it feel if maths felt as good to you as dancing? It's like, oh, wow. And then we just get the child just to think about that. And then when we teach them that when they apply joy and enthusiasm to everything they do, we can then bring it back full circle to their ultimate passion, what they ultimately want to create, what they ultimately want to be when they get older. And I think my passion in terms of the Child Happiness Program, and incidentally, guys, if you're watching this, you want to know more details about the Child Happiness Program, just comment Happy Child below, and I'll be in touch for a conversation with you and how it can benefit your child. But when we with that success-driven society that we have, and always looking for the next thing, what I'm passionate about is empowering these young people, empowering these children to enjoy each part of the voyage or the journey. Because yes, of course, we can take them through goal setting process and visualization processes to make sure that they're really in touch with what their vision is. But it's very easy in this distractive society that we live in for these children then to just because success equals happiness. And what I'm passionate about is empowering these children with the idea that the opposite, perhaps, is how we should be operating. Happiness equals success. And if we can empower these, or when we empower these children to be happy on the voyage, and this isn't setting them up with just some positive thinking. This is empowered thinking, giving them tools, giving them strategies, giving them power over their thoughts, power over their decisions, power over their responses, and not just to be conditioned by what's out there. And distilling some of these concepts down into communications with the young people is something that I'm finding really, really exciting, really, really fun. And I'm so excited. I know I've seen some of you dip in and out watching this live. Some of you are already enrolled in the Child Happiness Program, and we're so excited to have you there. And we're about to do some more stuff for the exclusive group, even ahead of January the 8th. And if you'd like to join some of these people, please comment Happy Child below. My schedule is filled with these incredible conversations, and obviously with incredible parents who are passionate just like you are about their child's personal development journey, and them being ultimately the thing we want most for our kids is to be happy. And then of course we can use that as a base layer for everything else. So guys, if you've been watching live with me, thank you so much. We've had some fun taking some concepts from the success principles and rewording them and playing around with how we'd explain it to children. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for jumping on and taking time out to watch this video. And all that's left me to say was 10 to 4. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.